Trump just revealed the real killer of Peanut. He is ready for revenge. Internet sensation Peanut, the squirrel, had died, and what's more shocking is that it died due to authorities seizing him in their custody, and now Trump the president decided to take revenge. Before that, in Kamala's concession speech, it shows and people called it Peanut as he himself is coming for the Democrats. It was President Donald Trump said Peanut, the squirrel, was killed by the government. Now as the new president, he has revealed his plans to save animals. On the positive side, President Trump was responsible for signing multiple landmark animal protection measures into law. In his first tenure, he wasted no time signing the Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture (PACT) Act. He authorized the federal omnibus package of 2020, which included the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act, requiring the oversight and strict regulation of practices in the horse racing industry. And he also signed the 2018 Farm Bill, which effectively banned the slaughter or trade in dog and cat meat. If he were to be the president, he wouldn't allow the killing of Peanut. Elon Musk accused the government for overreach after the death of Peanut, the squirrel. The billionaire took to his own platform X, where he tweeted series of accusations to the present government. In his word, he urged everyone to vote in Donald Trump. Trump wouldn't jill her animals, but he would protect them. Looking at the headlines, one would definitely see and feel an unjust killing of an innocent victim. And that victim is, and now just that, at Kamala Harris's concession speech, there is a surprise stole the spotlight. A squirrel that strikingly resembled Peanut made an unexpected appearance, reminding her that retribution is coming and now Democrats should stay away from their deeds. Peanut the squirrel began its journey to online fame when Longo found the baby squirrel after its mother was hit by a car in New York City. Since Longo took Peanut in and bottle-fed him, he tried to release him back into the wild but failed. So he allowed the baby squirrel to stay as part of his family with a new name, Peanut. Out of love, Logan created a social media account on Instagram and TikTok under the handle at Peanut_the_squirrel12. Peanut displayed his waffle-eating, costume-wearing, and acrobatic escapades in the media.
Boris! Feed the chickies.
The baby squirrel's playfulness and loyal presence made him a beloved figure for followers across the globe. Within the twinkle of an eye, it quickly became a social media star with over 500,000 followers.
We want to let you know about something that is happening with Peanut the squirrel. We told you about Peanut earlier this year. He's a squirrel that was adopted by a man who owns a local animal sanctuary in Pine City. Peanut lived with him for more than 7 years. A raccoon also lived there. I say lived there because this morning at 10, a team of agents from the State Department of Environmental Conservation and police officers raided the man's home. They had a warrant for Peanut and the raccoon. The owner says the raid took more than 5 hours. I spoke with a public relations person at DEC around 4:30, and I was told someone would contact me. That hasn't happened. The warrant said the man didn't have a license to house a wild animal. This is a squirrel we're talking about.
But Peanut's life took a tragic turn after officials received complaints that he and other wildlife were being kept illegally. In response, DEC agents searched Longo's property in Pine City, near the Pennsylvania border, where they reportedly found Peanut and Fred, a raccoon whom Longo had recently taken in to nurse back to health.
Fred the raccoon. The statement released to the media says, the Chemung County Department of Health and the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation are coordinating to ensure the protection of public health related to the illegal possession of wild animals that have the potential to carry the rabies virus. On October 30th, DEC said it seized a raccoon and squirrel sharing a residence with humans, creating the potential for human exposure to rabies. In addition, a person involved with the investigation was bitten by the squirrel. To test for rabies, both animals were euthanized. The animals are being tested for rabies, and anyone who has been in contact with these animals is strongly encouraged to consult with their physician. Longo says Fred the raccoon was being rehabilitated before being released back into...
Meanwhile, the Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, said they initiated a probe after receiving information about potentially unsafe housing of wildlife that could carry rabies and the illegal keeping of wildlife as pets. As a result, both animals were seized due to the risk of rabies following a reported bite. On the other hand, Longo disputed that claim, stating that he had seen no evidence of such an incident. The DEC and Chemung County Health Department have since said that Peanut and Fred tested for rabies and will be put to death given the potential health risk.
The uproar of the community and the presence from the actual world that came together for Peanut, it just shows that, social media can be used for good. He brought so much joy. Reading the comments from people just shattered me. You had so many people who loved this animal, and you took him away. For what? You got a search warrant to take a raccoon and a squirrel when we have bridges down the street being burned down. So explain to me why this was more important than this society that we have right now.
However, Longo is adamant that officials mishandled the situation, claiming the search of his home was excessive and traumatizing. An emotional Longo shared his grief in an Instagram post, addressing those who reported Peanut to authorities that they've won and there's a special place in hell for them. Longo, who had been working to get Peanut certified as an educational animal, vowed to take action against state authorities' unjust and heavy-handed response. The incident sparked massive condemnation on social media, including one from the tech billionaire Elon Musk, who spent much of the day commenting on the issue, likening it to the revenge-driven plot of the John Wick movies. He commented that the government should leave people and their animals alone. The self-proclaimed dark Gothic MAGA, in a series of posts on X, a platform he owns, slammed the government for what he called overreach in the case of Peanut the squirrel. Using a perfect analogy from the famous movie John Wick, he said, John Wick just wanted peace, but then they killed his innocent, beloved dog. And that's what happened now. The death of Peanut the squirrel quickly became a rallying point for former President Trump supporters on X, where they shared AI-generated memes of the critter donning MAGA hats, aiming AR-15s, and perched on Trump's shoulder. They gave a message that Kamala's party executed a cute pet squirrel named Peanut this week because they're lunatics. Vote Trump to avenge Peanut. Also, many users criticized what they saw as government overreach, arguing that unchecked power, especially in states like New York, is a growing concern. In a podcast with Joe Rogan on Monday, Elon said, "How can it be that we live in America, supposedly the land of the free, and the government can barge into your home with guns?" He added, "If you resist, you're going to get shot, while the government can then take your pets and execute them." Also, Colin Rugg added to Elon's words, "I think this should really get people out there mobilized. I hope people just go out there and vote for Peanut Man. If nothing else, just vote." As clear as day, those words got the best out of the Republican supporters to vote in Donald Trump. During his victory speech, the pledge to continue to protect the animals and set up laws that prevent future killing of animals.